Alright, the new iPhone 15 lineup is finally here and we do have some nice improvements, but some of you may not want to upgrade depending on your situation. Apple released 4 new iPhone models including the iPhone 15, the 15 Plus, the 15 Pro, and the 15 Pro Max. And these do have the same screen size as last year, with the smaller models having a 6.1 inch display and then the larger models having a 6.7 inch display. USB-C is now on all of the different iPhones. We have some new colors and minor design changes, improved cameras on all of the models. Dynamic Island has been introduced to the standard 15. The internals are more efficient thanks to the A16 and the A17 Pro chip, and there's even more. So let's go ahead and talk about all of these different changes that are coming to the new iPhone 15 lineup to see if it would be a good option for yourself to upgrade to one of these phones. And probably one of the most anticipated features coming to the iPhone 15 lineup is the USB-C input. Apple's reasoning for doing this is so that you can charge the iPhone 15 with the same USB-C cables that you use to charge up your other devices like the iPad and Mac. Not only that, but in the Pro models, USB-C also dramatically increases the transfer speeds between video and other files from your different Apple devices. Apple claims up to 20 times faster transferring speeds with the supported USB 3 cable, which unfortunately you will have to buy separately because the included USB-C cables will not have USB 3 for those fast transferring speeds. Now, the standard iPhone 15 models will have quite a refreshed look, and Apple really took us all surprised with that matte back glass. So far, I think it looks quite a bit better than the old shiny back glass that we saw on the iPhone 14s, but I can't wait to see the iPhone 15 in person to see how this new color-infused back glass, as Apple calls it, looks like in person. We do have some new refresh colors as well, including blue, pink, yellow, green, and black, which all look nice and aesthetic. And we still have the aluminum sides on the 15 and the 15 Plus, just like the iPhone 14, and the 15 and the 15 Plus will also have the same mute switch, unlike the Pro models. And speaking of the Pro models, they do have a bit more design changes when it comes to the overall exterior. The edges are now made out of titanium, and a little bit of the build is as well, which allows the phone to be stronger and lighter at the same time. The edges of the Pro models and the standard models are just slightly more rounded, so that it's a little bit more comfortable when holding it in your hand. And supposedly the bezels of the screen are just a tiny bit smaller in the Pro models, which it looks like it's barely even noticeable. The new action button is replacing the mute switch on the Pro models, and it will allow you to access certain features and controls just a little bit quicker. Like if you need to access your camera, you can just press the action button really quick and it'll take you straight to your camera, or if you want to turn on your flashlight, or you can even turn on silent mode. And I honestly have no idea how much I'll end up using this action button, so I'll definitely have to mess around with it when I receive the new iPhone. And the iPhone 15 Pro models do come in 4 different incredibly good looking colors, including the natural titanium color, blue titanium, white titanium, and also black titanium. And make sure to let me know in the comments below what color you guys want me to get here on the channel to test out for you. I think as of right now, I'm going to get the natural titanium, but definitely let me know and see if you can convince me otherwise. And that's everything new with the exterior of the 15 Pro models, and of course they will have that USB-C port as well. And I think the exterior design change that I am personally most excited for is the new titanium edges in the 15 Pro and Pro Max, because in the 14 Pro models, these stainless steel edges are way too smudgy, and it just doesn't look quite as good because of that. Now, Dynamic Island is coming to all of the new 15 models, and I've really enjoyed using it on my 15 Pro Max, so it will be a nice feature to adopt into the standard 15 models. Like I mentioned in my past couple of videos, I do wish that this was the year that Apple would completely get rid of the notch and Dynamic Island at the same time, but I know that there is some sensors in the way, and of course the front-facing camera as well, so the Dynamic Island is definitely better than the old notch for now. Plus, Dynamic Island is getting more helpful as well, as more apps are making use of it. When it comes to the internals, the iPhone 15 and the 15 Plus will receive the A16 Bionic chip that's currently in the iPhone 14 Pro models, and the 15 Pro and Pro Max will receive the A17 Pro chip, which will increase the overall efficiency, which is almost always the typical for new processors. However, the A17 Pro 3nm chip in the 15 Pro models will receive 20% faster performance when gaming thanks to the 6-core GPU, according to Apple. Also, the new hardware accelerated ray tracing will improve gaming as well by giving the lights and reflections greater realism for a more immersive experience. This is great, but I don't really know how much I'll be making use of this because I don't really game on my iPhone from day to day. But of course, I will absolutely be trying out some games when I receive the new iPhone 15 Pro Max to see how the experience is, and who knows, maybe I will really enjoy it. Overall, it will be very interesting to see if I notice a huge difference to the A17 Pro chip in the new Pro models. In terms of the cameras though, the iPhone 15 Pro Max and Pro will have quite a significant difference in the telephoto lens, with the 15 Pro Max being able to zoom up to 5 times, and then the Pro being able to zoom only to that same 3 times amount. This new 5 times telephoto lens will allow us to zoom in a lot further while keeping the same image quality, which is something I've always wanted on my iPhone. In terms of the standard iPhone 15 models, we are going to see a new 48 megapixel camera with the same 2 times zoom in the telephoto lens. And this 48 megapixel camera is going to be much improved from the older 12 megapixel camera because it will improve the overall low light performance and increase the resolution in photos and videos. And I can't wait to show you guys the new 5 times telephoto zoom in the 15 Pro Max. So I'll definitely give you an update there once I get the phone and spend some time with the camera. When it comes to the prices, the standard models will be the same exact price as last year, with the iPhone 15 starting at $799, and then the 15 Plus starting at $899. And unfortunately, the rumors were true, with the iPhone 15 Pro Max being an extra $100 this year, and it will start at $1,199. And then the iPhone 15 Pro will be the same as last year, starting at $999. And I believe the reason Apple raised the price in the Pro Max is because titanium is more expensive than stainless steel. And let's face it, if somebody is already going to buy the new 15 Pro Max, they would probably think it's still worth it paying an extra $100 anyways, and Apple knows that. Apple always does an incredible job at making their new products exciting with new features, but if you do have the 14 or the 14 Pro or Pro Max, it may not be worth it to you to upgrade unless you just want to get a present for yourself and enjoy the new features. Now, if you have a phone from the iPhone 13 lineup or older, then you might want to consider upgrading because you will see a significant difference in the overall performance. Of course, it definitely just depends on your own personal situation and exactly what you use your iPhone for from day to day. So what do you guys think about the new iPhone 15 lineup? Definitely let me know in the comments below, and also tell me what your new favorite feature is. I think mine, like I said earlier, is the new titanium edges, just because it'll give the phone a much better look, and of course, improved internals are always great to have. It's going to be very interesting to see if I notice a difference in the overall performance with the A17 Pro chip in the Pro models, and I am really excited to check out the action button as well. If you guys want to see all of the future updates to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, then definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. With that being said though, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!